hello. Happy Monday. How are you today? This is Barbara Perkins. I'm coming to you, Real Talk with Love. Happy Monday. Oh, hey Charlene. Sending you hugs and kisses. First one in today. Listen, how's the volume? I have a little microphone today, so how's the volume? Is it good? Give me hearts, thumbs up or something. Hey Kelsey. Volume's good? Great. Well, come in. Another Monday. Real Talk with Love. Hope you had a good weekend. Here in Atlanta, it's been amazing. Summer is here. And it is hot. Today, we woke up to 79 degrees. So I hope everybody's doing well. So come on in. We'll give some folks a few moments to come on in. We have a really nice conversation teed up for you. Take a moment, if you will, and share it for me, please. Hit that share button. We're going to maybe let Brandis finish her song. This is Brandis McKenzie singing Sisters at the Well, a song, as you know, that was written for Sisters at the Well Incorporated. Brandis wrote this song about 12 years ago, I believe now. She's up in Northern California. And love this song. So it's Sisters at the Well presents Real Talk with Love. And today our topic is block blessings. I'm going to turn her down a little bit. What's blocking your blessings? Hey, Deborah. So I'll turn Brandis off a little bit. Again, welcome. Thank you for coming in. This is week 13. We have been right here at this metaphoric well because we were sheltered in since March 11th in Atlanta. And we started doing this 30-minute conversation right about that time. We planned it and got it going, and a lot of you have been here since then. So thank you. I absolutely enjoy our time together. So thanks for coming in. Do share it. Hit the share button right now, if you will, so that we can invite a few other folks in our living room today. So we'll start out with our question of the day. The question of the day. And this comes from, the young people are really getting into it. So I'm really happy about that. Another young person who says, young sister, I don't have a role model because I don't have too many role models in my family. I don't really trust too many people because they always seem to want something in return. That's pretty interesting. So where do you find a role model? And here she places the emphasis on her family. Well, I could relate to that. There's not always someone in your family that you might be close to. It just depends on, the makeup of your family. But I would offer that your role model doesn't have to come from your family. It can. Also, there's a bit of a difference between role models and mentors. Mentors can be role models. You can have a role model who is not related to you, just someone that is out in even the public space that you see from afar, and you can watch their lives and watch what they do, how they carry themselves, their professional record, their personal way that they show up in the world. And you can take lessons from them that way. I mean, I've had many role models that I may not be close to, may not speak to, they may not be friends or people who I'm in relationship with, but I just really like the way they show up in the world space. For me, Barbara Jordan is one of those people who I just absolutely admire her life, and think that she has conducted herself in a way that made a mark in the world. And so that's someone who I admired. I admired Nancy Wilson, just what she represented in the world. Diane Carroll. Lots of women who may not have been a family member, but someone you can look up to. Now, when it comes to mentoring, hey Jessica, when it comes to mentoring, it would require someone that you have established a relationship with. But a role model doesn't necessarily have to be someone in your family. It could be a teacher, someone who impresses you. But that's a good question, because I think today, more so than any other time, so much is going on. It's really good to be able to look around and see who's out there that you feel represents themselves in a way that you want to. But that's a good question, and I'm glad you're seeking that. And I would offer that that's a good thing. So continue doing that. This is week 13. I'm Coach Barbara Perkins, as you know, and this is Real Talk with Love. And today our topic is blessing blockers. Isn't that interesting? Blessing blockers. So we all have been blessed. I mean, just the sheer fact that we are here today. In fact, I would say to you that we survived. If you're listening to this live, and certainly we're here together, just surviving it. Which reminds me, we should stop and just pause and acknowledge the people, so many who have lost loved ones and family members and friends. I spoke with a young woman today who lost a very dear friend, not necessarily due to COVID, but nonetheless, this was a difficult time to lose a friend. Hi, Erica. Hi, Renee. And so many people are grieving. We're grieving not just the loss of loved ones, but we're grieving the way things were. We're grieving what was familiar to us. And now, over the weekend, we can't escape the news. So we see how the numbers are ticking up. It looks very much like Florida and California and some other states may end up being closed up again. New Jersey, Texas, Houston is the numbers are really gone up again. And hi, Robert, thanks for joining. And so we're grieving. And as soon as we think that we're coming out of it, the news keeps getting bad, it seems. But that is no reason for us to feel completely defeated. I think the fact that we have survived it to this point, we want to continue doing what you've been doing. Stay indoors as much as possible. Come out when you have to, because this isn't over. I think we are a long way from this being over. And I've said that the last couple of weeks, and we notice that it's true. The numbers have gone up really high and continues to go. So we have to protect ourselves, take care of ourselves. But we're still blessed. We are still blessed. And last week we talked about good news, and we highlighted some good things that's happening in our lives. And I would offer that sometimes when we are looking for that particular blessing, the thing that we might be praying for, looking forward to, and it feels like it's slow to come, right? We might be looking around and seeing others being blessed and wondering why. Lord, why am I not being blessed in the way that I am expecting? And I say today, let's talk. This is Real Talk with Love. Sometimes we have to be called out on our stuff. So today we're going to call out a few things. Hi, Gwen. We're going to call out a few things that could get in the way of your blessing. And really the truth is sometimes it's not outside, it's inside, it's us. There's some things that we do to block or delay our own blessings. So getting in our own way. For example, when you want to be blessed, think about how you can be a blessing to somebody else. Because sometimes there's a temptation that when we're seeking something, that we tend to hold on to what we already have. And we get tight with it. Like, I can't give you what I have because I'm waiting for more. But when you really want to be blessed, try being a blessing to somebody else. We are blessed, and I know you've heard that saying, we are blessed to be a blessing. And it's amazing how that works. The more you give, the more gifts come back to you. There's this boomerang effect that happens. The more you put out there, the more of your good that you give. Now, I had this conversation with someone. So remember we used to have the food drives where you take a can, when the kids were in school, we'd have to take canned goods and give to the food drive for families who might have needed it. And, sometimes, and I used to, of course, work on the PTA with my kids at my kids' school. And sometimes we would go through the cans and it would be old cans, rusted, dented, beat up. And you look at it and you go, this food has been in somebody's cupboard for how long? And just because someone is in need, you don't give them the worst of what you have. Why would you give them the worst of what you have? Because if you're waiting for your blessing, you don't want the worst. You want the best. So sometimes we block our own blessings by not giving freely and giving the best. I want to give somebody the best. And I try to do that. Another thing is, sometimes when we're waiting for our blessings, we get into this kind of desperate state where we look around and we see somebody else getting blessed, and then we start getting desperate, and then we start taking shortcuts and making, sort of manipulating the moves to get the blessing. It probably won't come. You're probably just delaying it, setting yourself up for more disappointment. So what I did was I wrote down 10 things that I think we should all examine in our lives so that we're not the ones responsible for blocking our own blessings. And the very first thing on my list is negative self-talk. Negative self-talk will keep you from your blessings every day. Every day. And what I mean by that is, you have a dream. Maybe you didn't even tell folks your dream, but it's something inside of you, something you know you want to do. You've been thinking about it for a long time. You're wanting it. And the minute you think that, okay, this is what I'm going to do, you allow this self-talk to come in that says, maybe this sounds familiar, but I've never done that before. I'm not quite sure. Maybe that's too much I'm asking for. Can I really do that? Oh, but if I do that, what is this person going to think? Maybe they're going to think that I'm asking for too much. And we could sit down and talk ourselves right out of the blessing. Right? You could talk yourself right out of the blessing. Negative self-talk. It's quiet, it's subtle, but it is so powerful. And I would encourage you to examine what is the quiet thread that's going on in your head about your dream. And since you're having the conversation with yourself, you can be truthful. You can tell yourself, I got some fear going on. I don't know why I'm fearful, but let me examine it. And then believing in yourself. You must. So that negative self-talk stops you from believing in you. The second thing on the list, procrastination. Oh, that's a big one. That is a big one. Because I'll tell you, if you have a big dream, it requires your all in for yourself. You got to be your biggest cheerleader. And the things that you know must be done, before anything else, you have to be the one to do it. You got to get excited about it. You got to want to work towards it almost every day. You have to say to yourself, every day I'm going to do. You don't have to do 10 things towards it. Do one thing. Every day. What am I doing to move me forward? What am I saying to myself every day? Is there something I need to do today? Do I need to investigate how to get my tax ID number? Do I need to write my business plan? Do I need to write out a list of things that are important for me to get started? Whatever that is, are there some people that I need to call to get information from? Procrastination will keep you from your blessing. And that leads right into not planning for your success. When you have a dream, you got something going on, what you want to do is you want to plan for your success. Do your best to avoid thinking about all the ways it cannot work. You want to spend as much time as possible thinking about how good it's going to be when it works, what you're going to do when it works, how you're going to show up, right? Hey, Barbara Fuller. You don't want to be the one standing in the way of your own blessing. You have to plan for the success. Make sure that everything you do points you in the direction of forward movement. That's a blessing blocker for sure if you don't make plans to be successful. Hey, Nisi, that's Sophie. How are you, Sophie? So the third thing on the list, plan for your success. The fourth thing on the list, patience. So important to have patience with yourself. I always say, be gentle with yourself. You know, there's enough folks out here being harsh with us. Be gentle with you. When you have a dream and a goal, I don't care how big it is, be patient with yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. It may take longer than you planned, but be patient, be gentle. Hi, Astra. Hi, Angela. Thanks for joining. This is your dream. You have to be the biggest cheerleader for yourself. When everybody else may not be cheering for you, you have to keep that motivation up And you have to be patient with you, gentle with you, which goes to the next one. Focus. Focus. Can't look left and right for what other people are doing. And it's hard because you look around, and especially on social media, we see folks are being blessed, and they got the pretty pictures up, and they're telling you how wonderful it is, but you don't know the work that they've put in, right? You don't know the work, nor do you know how big their dream was. Your dream might require a lot more. So you have to stay focused on your dream. And what I do when I see other people being blessed, I figure, well, mine must be right around the corner. And it tells me that God is still in the blessing business. Okay, he didn't quit, because I just saw somebody next door get blessed. Oh, wow, her ship came in. Mine is on the way. And that focus, not looking at what others are doing. Stay focused to yours. Stay patient with yourself. And here's a big blessing blocker that I want to talk about. Premature celebration. Premature celebrations. Now, this happens a lot. I'm not saying it's happening to you, but sometimes things are looking good. Looks like it's all headed in the right direction. Maybe we even got a good payday or a good contract, and then we start celebrating. We go out and we buy and we spend, and perhaps we go overboard. And we begin to celebrate before we really get the blessing that we're aiming for. So we have to really be careful with that. I noticed something during this COVID-19 season. I have a closet in every bedroom. And it's a shame. There is no way I can possibly wear all the clothes that I have. Now, I love to shop, like I'm sure many of you love to shop. Hey, Brandy. But it just doesn't make sense to have the number of shoes and handbags that I have. It doesn't make sense. So you know what I did? I have been packing once a month a priority mail box, and I have been gifting some wonderful young women things from my closet. Because I don't need 4 pairs of black shoes. I just really don't. I don't need all of what. I'm not going to even start telling on myself like that. But think about your closet. Do you have things in your closet with tags on it? Hi, Shadana. Have you not worn things for a long time? I mean, you probably won't wear them. Is there someone you can gift it to? Premature celebration is a blessing blocker, because how you act at the beginning, when you get your blessing, you're going to keep doing the same thing. And there's some overabundance spending that you may need to take a look at. So this is Real Talk with Love. I'm trying to be gentle. Jessica, you said, Lord help you? I understand. I had to say the same thing. And this COVID-19 season has allowed me to really take a look and examine what I've invested in clothes and shoes and handbags. I am now investing in preparation for something bigger, right? I'm making investments in long-term assets for my children and grandchildren. I'm investing in some other things. I'm really investing in me. And that brings me to the next point. If you have a dream and a goal, something you're working towards, are you investing in that? I shared with you all of the free classes online. Oh my God. I have found so many wonderful opportunities online. if you haven't done that yet, let me encourage you. Freecourses.com. Google it. I mean, courses at top universities, all kinds of training programs, from gardening to philanthropy to international relations. I checked on something today around mediation. I didn't find a free one yet, but I'm looking. So if there's something that you know you want to do that maybe you haven't had a chance to do yet, this is a good time to make that investment in your own learning. Right? I'm seriously, I'm looking at mediation and looking at getting a certification in mediation. I do coaching now, but I just thought that might be an interesting add-on to what I'm doing. What can you add on right now that will support you in the business or the idea that you have coming up? Thank you, Angela. She just put something in the thread for you all to look at. Free courses. Absolutely wonderful. All kinds of things. Another blessing blocker, we're on number 8. Fear of making mistakes. This is a big one. I've never done it before. Oh my God, I don't want to be embarrassed. Oh, people are watching me. I'm a public figure and I don't want people to know that I make mistakes. Are you kidding me? I just heard Tyler Perry. I listened to a talk that he did. And in that talk, he said, somebody asked him, Angela Rye, she was interviewing him. It was on an Essence Festival virtual program the other day. Angela Rye asked Tyler Perry, what has been your biggest mistake? And his answer was, he says, I haven't made any mistakes. He said, and I know some people are going to look at that and hear that and think, okay. But he said, every one of my so-called mistakes have been my lessons towards advancement. I thought that was spot on. Every mistake that we make is a lesson. It's an opportunity to grow personally, to grow educationally. It's an opportunity for us to push ourselves past the point that we even considered. Oh, look at Angela. Girl, you are on it. She found me a meditation course. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love these sisters at the well. So fear of making mistakes can block your blessings. You'll never know until you try it. Try it. I remember I was offered to teach a course. I was teaching at Pacific Oaks College in Pasadena, and I was offered to teach a course online. And I was so afraid of the technology. And I did turn it down. I was really afraid of the technology. And this is about 5, maybe 6 years ago. I so wish I would have done that, because now I'm getting ready to teach online. And guess what I have to do? Take a course to learn how to teach online. It's okay. It's not too late, but I was fearful back then, which is why I didn't do it. Had I done it, I would be ready right now to be able to teach my courses. So every mistake is a lesson. It's an opportunity for us to push ourselves forward. Number 9, blessing blocker. Holding on to self-defeating habits. Now this is a big one. I especially talk about this with young women that I mentor. When we want to be successful, we gotta create new habits. And one of the things, and for those who know me, I am up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm up. I work best in the mornings. By 8 o'clock, I've done a full day's work, because I am on, I'm reading, I'm studying, I'm sending emails, I'm responding. I handwrite cards. So I'm responding, I'm sending thank you cards, I'm sending check on you notes. right? I make my list for the day, but I do all of that in the quiet of the morning. And so we can't sleep in till 10 and 11 o'clock, even if we're working from home. When we're trying to be successful, you got to get up and be about the business of it. Because usually if it's your business that you're starting, you're carrying all of it. You got to attend to all aspects of it. In addition to that, I get up early so I can self-care. So I self-care early in the morning, and I self-care before I go to bed. Self-care in the mornings is where I slowly get up. I'm in a rhythm now. I get my tea. I'm reading. I'm filling myself up with the positive energy that I want for the day. I journal in the mornings. And then in the evenings, I put myself to bed. Just like you put a baby to bed. I tuck myself in. I put on my pajamas. I do not fall out at night. It is intentional. When you want to be successful, you can't eat out every day. You can't have the delivery folks. Now, let me tell you, I got to tell the truth. Amazon comes to my house a lot. A lot. And usually, though, I'm buying a book. There's, equipment that I need for the business, especially that I'm home. Little things. But I hit Amazon quite a bit. But what I don't do is I don't eat out. And I'm telling you, it was my sister Deborah, her husband, me and Stanley. It's our favorite thing to do in the whole wide world. Eat out and be social. So now what we do is we cook at home. And we make great meals. And we make them pretty. And they usually taste better than when we eat out. But overspending when you want to be successful is a blessing blocker. And so I had to look at those spaces where I was overspending and pull back. Another space where I was really overspending, nails and hair and pedicures. I've been doing my own hair now 4 months. And guess what? I pay myself, every time I do my hair, I pay myself $50. I think I shared that with some of you before. I have about $900 in my little stash. I probably shouldn't say that. My husband will know what I have. But I have about $900 in my stash from paying myself for hair and nails and pedicure. I did a pedicure today. I didn't get to the nails yet, but I will. And I'll pay myself $20 every time I do something for myself like that. It also feels pretty good. So the last thing on the list, number 10, is passive faith. And I'm saying passive faith, but some of us may not even have faith in ourselves. You got to believe in you. You got to believe in your success. You got to believe that this thing that you were able to dream, that you are so excited about secretly, you got to have faith in that thing. You got to want to do it. No one could have faith in your dream like you. Believing in yourself, believing it's going to happen, and being willing and disciplined to do all the things that will make it happen. Faith is a part of that. And I would encourage you to really look into having more faith, having more motivation and enthusiasm and belief and excitement in your stuff. I'm so excited about what I'm doing now. I mean, almost to the point where someone called me today about another project, a school project. And I'm very interested. I got to just see how I can clear something off the platter that I'm operating with right now. Because I'm not going to put too much on, especially if I can't manage it. But it was a really exciting proposition that I'm very interested in. I'm telling you, your dream is your dream. God gave it to you. He didn't give it to you because he didn't think you were able to do it. He gave it to you because he knows that you can do it. And so since he trusts you with the idea, I think you should have faith and trust him that he would allow you to see your idea come to fruition. So I hope this has been helpful today. You all know that I love coaching, and I put in the thread, you'll see my information. Go to Image Builders, etc., and see some of the work that I'm doing. I'm coaching around writing your own book. So I'm doing some book coaching. If you're interested in that, I'll be happy to do a 15-minute just check-in, complimentary conversation with you about what you're trying to do. I'll be happy to do that. Just get in touch with me through the website. You'll see the information on there. But this is great. This has been Real Talk with Love. We talked about blessing blockers, and I certainly hope you will not be the one to block your own blessing. Thank you. It's been good. I'll see you next Monday, okay? Take care. And if you have a question for me, remember, put the questions in the thread so that I can answer next week, okay? Thanks again. Barbara Perkins signing off. Real Talk with Love, presented by Sisters at the Well. Take care. Thank you. Thanks, Renee.